So if you are watching this video, it's because I either didn't make it home by 10 o'clock or 10 p.m. To do my live, so I've pre-recorded this for just in case. It's that I have maybe fallen asleep and will wake up at 2 o'clock in the morning and think that I've missed day 4 of 365 days of lives and videos. So on today, I wanted to talk about when we are required to be visible and hold more than one thing at the same time. So first of all, why this video? This is just day 4 of 365 days, and each day I'll either go live or do a quick video and share a bit of wisdom and insight, a visibility nugget. And quite often I'm out on the go, and this time around, because believe it or not, this is my second run of doing a year full of lives. Last time it was 365 consecutive days of Facebook lives over on my personal profile, but you're probably watching this either on my Facebook page, which is you'll find it easily at Visibility Vibe without the S, Jenny Kovacs, the Queen of Being Seen. You'll find me on YouTube if you search for my name at Jenny Kovacs. I've managed to grab that. Well, the other place you might be watching this is over on LinkedIn, and depending on if I can share it in other places too, you might even get to see it there. So now there's a...
The train has had to come to an emergency stop due to a problem currently under investigation. I currently haven't had any more word about our train moving forward as of yet. However, as soon as I get more information, I'll be able to pass that forward. I do apologise for the delay. We're just outside of 𝗙𝗶hy, but the train has had to come to an emergency stop due to a problem currently under investigation.
So I could be sat here for some time, which will mean there's kind of there's social proof, if ever there was one, that I am really stuck on a train. So I might not be home in time. So what was I going to say? So yes, 365 days, consecutive days of either lives and videos, because this time I know that I am out and about at places, and this is day 2 of me being at 𝗙𝗶₻, which is a kind of a 2-day, I want to say 2-day event, conference type event, where I've seen lots of very different, very diverse and quite amazing speakers actually, all culminated by the more well-known Wim Hof, who is known for as the Iceman, known for as he was saying for many years now, like 30-40 years, he's been talking about taking not just ice baths, because that's become more popular of late, but the benefits of cold. And he's done all sorts of things like climb Kilimanjaro, in cold conditions, and sat in baths for 60 minutes and things like that. Don't try this at home unaided, or only do it under the guidance of a doctor, or, well, his book at least. So I've been out and about for 2 days, and I promised that I would not only do a Facebook Live or a video, but I would do it at either 10 a.m, 2 p.m, or 10 p.m. at night in the UK. So just in case I don't make it, then you will be watching this video instead, because I can load it up from my phone for however long I'm possibly sat on this train, and at the moment not even in the station to be able to get off the train and get into an Uber. So as I was at the event, it's been so interesting listening to not only the speakers, but some of the people that I got to meet when I was networking in the room, seeing old friends as well, seeing their faces. So if we got to hug, I hope we got to get a selfie as well. It's been really great seeing them. One of the things that comes up a lot when I speak about visibility is I have kind of 2 camps of people. They either tell me that there's an element of visibility they don't like, maybe public speaking, maybe video, maybe going live. And the others will tell me, actually, I'm okay with it. I do it, I just need to do it more, or I sometimes go to do it and something stops me and I don't know what it is. So I thought I would share an insight into this. This insight is something that I see on a regular basis. Remember that I've been doing this for 14 years. I specialise in visibility itself. That is in you raising your professional profile and putting yourself or sometimes your work out there. And for many of my corporates, it's for their teams, namely their sales teams, and a lot of their consultants and people who go out and are customer facing being able to share things about the work that the company do, or the services that the company offer, or the proposition that the business offers. So quite often I will be asked to either come in and give talks within a corporate space, or to go in and provide trainings. And I'm working on something at the moment which is going to be really great for those corporates to be able to set some personal and professional development up in place, and for me to kind of set the foundations, leave the stuff with them, and for it to have a legacy after the 6 months that I consult and work with them to get that out there. So I'm really looking forward to that too. So a few things that people talk about. So when it comes to not putting ourselves out there, some people subscribe to the feel the fear and do it anyway. And it's interesting because over the years of listening to people talk about this, the obvious answer is screw it, just do it, just get out there, just be brave, put your big girl pants on, just, you know, take a deep breath, you know, take some calms, do CBD oil, you know, calm yourself down and get out there. And actually, I don't think that's the answer. And the reason for that is the longer I speak to people, they could tell me something almost identical. But as somebody who in my strength finders, my top strength is something called individualization, which means that even when you line said people up, 10 of them in front of me, for example, and they all say, I'm confident, I'd like to put myself out there more, I just don't, I procrastinate. There'll be little nuances in each of those people. What they are, unless I'm speaking to you, I don't know, which is the reason why before I tend to work with people more closely, I'll set up, or we'll set up a conversation to speak, just to make sure that it is actually the thing that they need, or to see if there's something else that they need. Because sometimes it's me, often it's me, but sometimes it actually isn't. So when I am having those conversations with them, it's not a test. I'm not asking questions to which they've got to give me the right or wrong answer. It's often there is something that's blocking them. And the thing that blocks them is sometimes quite surprising. At the root of all of this is something that I don't hear people talk about. People talk about not being good enough, not feeling good enough. But at the root of this, my insight is a duality. So the insight is that there are normally two emotions, and they feel really opposing, that need to be held. So the first thing is people worry about or struggle or worry about being more visible, have concerns about it, they struggle or they aspire to be more visible. But the reason that they don't, and there's a whole topic for another time, yes, it could be behind a struggle of something they need to stop doing and start doing something else. But often, actually, they need to be able to walk forward and do the thing and hold the same kind of emotion as the thing that they want to do, as well as the thing that they don't want to do. So there's normally a couple of things that happen. As an example, let's take being visible on video. And let's just say you're quite happy, you've done loads of videos before, you don't find it a challenge, but you're for some reason not doing it. There'll be an opposing belief or an opposing thought that will say, actually, I'm not doing it because I'm too busy, or I'm not quite sure what to say yet, or who am I to do it? I'm not going to make enough impact, I need to grow my audience first, or things that sound quite practical, I need to get my website done first, or need to have more followers or something like that. But actually, the best way to navigate this, rather than getting rid of one thing, seemingly get rid of one thing that you don't seem to like or you perceive is bad, to do the thing that you perceive is good and great and positive and confidence building. If you can learn to walk through life and do the videos holding the thing that you deem as good and the thing that you deem as bad, you will go on to do it. You'll get the results that you're looking for. It's a posher version of learning to live with something. You live through it, but instead of choosing one over the other, you take both of them with you. Let's take another thing. Maybe you want to make a significant impact and you think, well, who am I to do A, B and C? because, you know, no one really listens to me, no one takes me seriously, versus I know more than somebody that I've seen or heard talking about this topic, and I want to get out there, but I, you know, want to get out there in front of clients. They will both. Okay, we're now arriving, we're now moving, as you can see behind me. So now, on this time, it's about being able to do the thing that you aspire to do, and do the thing that you want to do, but actually being okay with the emotion of the perceived good side of things and the bad side of things. And it's not an easy thing to navigate. The reason I think I find it so easy is A, I specialise in it, and B, I have become really attuned to really listening to people, what they're saying, and getting to the root of the problem. And often when I kind of play it back to them and say, is it this thing that you've heard? Is this what's been happening? They normally go, actually, I think you're right, which makes me look very clever. But actually, it's not about me, it's not about my knowledge. Me being the queen of being seen is about you being seen and being heard. And the next stop, Watford Junction, for you Harry Potter fans, that's the place to go to and visit to see the Harry Potter studios. Anyway, so it's about being able to hold both of them, hold the positive emotions and the negative emotions. It's what means that even though I possibly look tired and maybe, I don't know, I don't look too bad in this train lighting, it means that I can hold the emotion of, I really want to get this message out for you so that you have got some food for thought and something to move forward with. And at the same time, yeah, I might look a bit rough and people might be looking at me on the train, but I'm going to do it anyway. Being able to hold that duality of both of those, and they've got a different feel to them and a different energy to them, being able to hold both of those at the same time means that you'll end up doing the thing that you want to do. You won't feel like you're jumping and the net will appear. You won't feel like you're being forced to. You won't feel like you're letting anybody down. You won't feel like you're not being taken seriously, but you'll be able to tread and go through it. And if afterwards you think, oh, maybe that wasn't my best shot, you'll be okay with that too. You won't be attached to, from a visibility point, your things going viral. You won't be attached to having to have loads of likes and shares. You won't be attached to having to feel important doing it. You'll be able to do it from a really centered place. Why is that important? Because when you're putting yourself out there, whether it's for your work or somebody else's work, your book, your services, your products, or your company, you want to do it in a way that feels real, authentic and grounded. A bit like I'm having a conversation with you, and maybe it's possibly annoying that people who are around me on the train thinking, well, who's she talking to, what's she doing? But I am okay with it, and if I feel okay with it, so do you too. It means that your aspirations to be more visible in a certain place, you're able to do that. Your worries or concerns, it means that you can tread through it. And sometimes you'll need more than watching these free videos. You'll need to have a conversation with somebody, and sometimes we work together for a short amount of time privately, sometimes in a group, but it's a bit like being a doctor. Once we have the conversation, I get to diagnose where to go next, and sometimes it's just noticing what you do, what triggers you, and you'll be amazed at how quickly you start to move through things and make a difference to the people that you know you're supposed to, whether it's pleasing your boss and hitting your sales figures, or being able to actually go out and do the work in the world that you wanted to do that knows you make a difference. It could be something like that. So I hope you're not watching this on video. I hope that you get a live version of me, even though it's a Friday night at the time of recording this, and if not, I might share this for another time. Thank you so much for watching these, and I will see you tomorrow on the next video, which hopefully will be live. Bye for now.